Chinery oak occurs in a pretty small part of the country. It's in western Oklahoma, throughout the Texas Panhandle, and in eastern New Mexico. And it's a low-growing clonal oak. So it typically stays less than waist tall, and it's an important wildlife plant. So there's a lot of conservation value, especially for bobwhite and wild turkey. And it produces a very large acorn, but they usually don't persist very long into the fall. Wildlife and insects consume them. And then when it leaves out later on in the spring, it has a very irregular, jagged leaf margin. It's slightly glossy and dark green. And this plant is highly adapted to fire. When it's burned, it comes resprouts rapidly from the roots, and within 2 or 3 years, the plant is back to the structure it was before the fire took place. So in addition to providing acorns for food, a lot of birds actually eat the catkins off of these oak, and particularly they use it for cover, both for cover from predation but also for thermal cover to shield them from the midday sun. A landowner might have an interest in trying to get shinnery back on the landscape for the cover it provides and also for the food resources it provides. And so we're hoping to be able to provide some best management practices to landowners in the future. But right now we really are kind of at ground zero. We really don't know how to grow it. So last year we started with collecting hundreds of acorns, and we're experimenting with different stratifications and different light levels to see how we can best grow these in greenhouses to transplant them back into the sandy soils. If a landowner wants to do shinnery restoration, how can they go about that? So we're partnering with the Forest Research Station in Idabel through OSU to learn about acorn germination and survival, rhizome survival, and then also about transplanting it back into these sandy soils.